What is up, Facebook? So I took the city buses to get the supplies I needed to finish my wands. I should have enough supply to finish the last of the 20 wands and my scepter as well. Now, on the way to the Wonder gift shop, I get on the bus, and right there on the seat of the bus, I find half a pack of cigarettes sitting there. Apparently, they were sitting in someone's pocket, and they literally fell out. I picked it up, and I'm like, dude, that's like damn near almost a whole pack of cigarettes. Fucking sweet. Thinking to myself, maybe my scepter brought me out a little bit of good luck there, huh? Now, the quartz crystal I found for my scepter is a smoky shaman garden quartz crystal. And it's just wide enough to fit the hole very snugly and just tall enough that, you know what I'm saying? After I wrapped the copper wire around it, I had to wrap another layer of leather around the handle to protect my hand from that sharp bit on the end where it sits. So I may end up having to repolish the handle a little bit, but that's all right. I don't mind repolishing it. Right now, my scepter is at a point where it's like 95% done. And the copper wire I wrapped around it, I wrapped it just right. That shit looks sick as fuck, dude. That's one good looking scepter, if I do say so myself. What's the best crystal for a scepter? You obviously want to get quartz crystal on it. Any quartz crystal will work. A lot of it depends on what kind of magic you want to cast. Because there are certain quartz crystals that are made for, they do, you know, certain kinds of spells and shit. Do you watch the England-Canada game? No, I didn't. I don't have cable. So I went to go pay my internet bill, and there was a huge ass fucking line. So I'm like, you know what? I bet you I could take the city buses, get the quartz crystal, get the copper wire and leather string, come back downtown, and sure enough, the line had died down. Went in there, paid my internet bill. Boom. All right, now I'm getting the last of my wands carved out. I'm carving one more handheld wand before I paint it and this and that. I got a handle being glued to the 19th wand as we speak. And after that glue's done drying, all of that thing's going to need is podge. That's why you see the two paint cans sitting right there. What are the odds? I was out of cigarettes, you know, and I was craving a cigarette, and then carrying my scepter with me on the bus to ride to the Wonder gift shop. I find a pack of smokes sitting on the bus seat. Magic is might, YouTube and Facebook. Magic is might. And then on the way back down to my side of town, I'm on the bus wrapping leather string around the handle And as soon as I started doing that, it started raining. And as soon as I got the handle on there, it stopped. Right now, I got my second layer of leather drying in the vice clamp right now. If there are any unwanted colors on it or what have you, I can always paint off that side of it. That's not going to be a big deal. I may end up painting that section right there black and then taping everything else off. But smoking a cigarette and firing up Facebook Live. Here's the wand I'm carving out right here. It's a little bit smaller than the others, but it's long enough. You know. Right now, I'm putting a tip on it. This should be wand number 20 in the batch. And I think I'll just paint the handle black, the wand itself hunter green, and then make the tip black. Because I have a wand that's all black with the green tip, and I have a wand that's just green and black. But yeah, there'll be 20 wands going into the next batch. 20 handheld wands. And they'll be a lot cheaper too. The handheld wands are a lot cheaper than the scepters anyway. And on top of that, 20 wands, that's a chance for a lot of you to get your hands on a CobraCraft wand. This thing was a little bit longer, but there was a crack right where the tip was at, so I cut it. That way it'd be more solid. I tried sanding the crack out of the tip and it didn't work, so I ended up having to make it a little bit shorter. But it's still going to make a nice wand Facebook, so I'm not even worried about it. Tell you what, I should have been making wands a hot minute ago for Etsy. Better late than never, I suppose. Of course, you can't really tell from this angle, but yeah, right there in the vice clamp, I got my scepter drying on the handle. And I also glued the crystal in while the handle is being glued a second time. This is an Eagle Red 100. They're like pyramids. They're a cheaper cigarette that we can get here in Wyoming. This is what the pack looks like. Eagle 20s, yeah. It's a cheap American-made cigarette. As far as cheap cigarettes go, it's not bad. I mean, when you're out of cigarettes and you find practically a whole pack on the bus, you're not going to complain. You know what I'm saying? You're really just not going to complain. So I go to Home Depot to get some copper wire for my scepter, and then when I'm leaving the store, there's this chick wearing some booty shorts, and she had a nice ass. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm checking her ass out. I'm like, yeah. I didn't say anything else. Just kind of like, yeah. You know, I'm thinking to myself like, yeah. I walk away and I think I'm out of earshot, but then so I say to myself, yeah, nice ass. Apparently the chick heard me and she got all offended. She's like, oh, that's sexual harassment. And it triggered me just a little bit. I'm like, oh, sexual harassment? Really? Okay, so when a chick compliments a dude, it's not sexual harassment. If a chick says nice muscles or nice bulge or nice ass or nice pecs or whatever the case may be, it's not sexual harassment. But if a guy says, hey chick, nice ass or nice boobs, oh, he's a fucking pig. Fuck your double standards, dude. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, you know what? And then I started saying, you know what? It's not like I squeezed your ass and boobs. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I walked up to you and started dry humping you in public. Like, there's a fine line between admiring an attractive woman and being a fucking pig about it. You know what I'm saying? I fucking hate sexist double standards in our fucking society, Facebook. It shit pisses me off. Then after I got done saying that, I'm like, you should be flattered I'm checking you out. Girl, I'm a fucking YouTube celebrity and I have Asperger's. Like, I'll show you sexual harassment. Goddamn. I personally, like, if a chick hadn't had sex in 7 months and she was checking me out, I'd take that as a compliment. I'm just saying. I mean, I haven't had sex in 7 months, and that's not by choice. It's just shitty circumstances. But just because I haven't had sex in 7 months, don't feel sorry for me. Fuck that. Feel sorry for the motherfuckers in shitty relationships who wish they were single. Don't feel sorry for me because I haven't had sex in 7 months. Feel sorry for the motherfuckers who are in shitty relationships who wish they were single. So sometimes you're not celibate by choice. Sometimes it's just shitty dating scene. A lot of women see my autism and they're just like, ew. And then I get a lot of women checking me out, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's gotten better, you know. I noticed lately that a lot of women that I check out respond very positively to me checking them out. A lot of women are quite flattered when I check them out. Some of them get redder than a cherry, like, oh, hey, you know. So I guess I can't complain too much. Usually when I check out a woman, I get a positive response back, which is nice. But when I was younger, it was like, ew, why is he looking at me? He's not worthy to look at me. Who the fuck does he think he is checking me out? And look, if you have an attractive girlfriend or you yourself are an attractive female, it comes with the territory. Do you think I like getting hit on by chicks below my standards? No. But do I complain? No. At least I got chicks hitting on me. Shit. You get some fat chick looking like she got Down syndrome type, fucking big ass bug eye glasses, fucking, ugh, no thanks, dude. Looking at me like, hi, Josh. It's like, hi. So if I'm a pig for having standards, does that make women cunts for having standards? For real? You want to get pissed off at me for having standards? Go fuck yourself. And obviously those women have standards, otherwise they wouldn't be checking me out. Straight the fuck up. You want me to be real about it? But being real gets you hated, Facebook. Being real gets you hated. And that's what gets me about women. They'll get so pissed off and offended when guys check them out sometimes, but then turn around behind closed doors when they're with their friends. Girl, you're not going to believe how many people I had checking me out. Mm-hmm. You want to act like you're creeped out and disgusted. This is what gets me about women. If a guy says he has standards, he's a pig, right? He gets the whole every woman's body is beautiful argument. But turn around, and when it's some dude she's not into flirting with her, oh, she's creeped the fuck out. If a guy says he doesn't like fat chicks, oh, he's a pig. How dare he? Typical guy, right? Typical fucking guy, right? But if it's some creepy ass fat dude hitting on that same chick, he got Cheeto stains on his shirt, on his fingers, he's balding, he's got big ass glasses, and he just looks creepy and disgusting, looking at her like she's a Twinkie, like, oh yeah, I'd eat that. And she's looking at him like, ugh. Is she a pig for having standards? Shit. Like, you just got done bitching at me for having standards, and then you turn around, you know. It's called double standards, and they're a fucking bitch and a half. Fuck double standards in all forms. Whether it involves men, women, minorities, people in general, just fuck double standards. And unfortunately, when you live in a smaller town, dating is not always going to be the easiest. So you have to bite your time and be patient. I'm at that point where I don't even care half the time, you know. It doesn't do me any good to get stressed out about something that I can't change very easily. What good is having a girlfriend if you can't give her the world on a silver platter? You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit of a hopeless romantic like that, I suppose, but whatever. And that being said, I mean, if you're dating an attractive chick, other dudes are going to check her out. And you can't blame them. That's why you're dating her, dude. Straight up. I guarantee it. You only need to be real about it. Like, I get it. I mean, if your chick's so hot that, like, every dude stares at her, okay, I can understand if you're dating that chick, how that would be annoying. But at the same time, can you blame them? One dude to another. If you're dating a perfect 10, can you blame them? The answer is no, you can't. Not all attractive women are stuck-up snobs, but the good majority of them are. And they're high maintenance, man. You know? I'm being realistic here. I know I can't get a perfect 10. I'm being realistic, you know. Maybe a 7 or an 8. I'd be lucky to pull a 9. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to date anything below a 4, and that's just fair. I mean, I'm a goddamn YouTube celebrity, and women below a 4 have standards too, so it's like, you can't get pissed at me for having standards. That makes you a fucking hypocrite. Here's one good thing about having autism. If you hit me, it's considered hitting somebody with a disorder, and hitting somebody who's disabled is a federal crime. So even if I'm in a bar fight and some motherfucker tries some shit, I'd be like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? They hit me first, I kick their ass, and then press charges on them, and then they get in trouble. And it's looked at as self-defense on my part. I mean, that's something that most people would kill to have, but I'm not gonna, you know, I don't take advantage of shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there are some perks to having autism, and there are some perks that, you know, So like some dude get pissed off because I'm checking on his girlfriend. What's he gonna fucking do about it, dude? Jack shit he can't do. He can kiss my Asperger's. That's what he can do. And here's the thing of it. If you don't like it, then don't date super attractive women. But if it's what you're into, it's what you're into. You can't, you know what I'm saying? If she or he is 18 years of age or older, then who the fuck cares if you have standards? You know what I'm saying? Oh, would you look at that? As my scepter dries, I feel some thunder and lightning clouds rolling in. We might get a thunderstorm on camera here in a bit. Maybe. We'll wait and see. The tip's just about there. Now once this is nice and sharp, then I can paint it and add a handle to it. Or at least defined enough that, you know, because all the other tips on my wands thus far have a really nice sharp tip on them. At least the ones in this batch do, so if you're gonna make the last wand for the batch, then you're gonna have to make sure that it matches the profile of all the others to a degree. The first batch of wands I sold on Etsy. The first batch of wands that I sold on Etsy, Facebook, didn't even have a scepter. The second and third batch had a scepter. The fourth batch doesn't have to have one. Maybe the fifth one will have one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do crystalled wands for Etsy too often just because they take more money to make. And because if they don't fit the tube, then you gotta have a custom tube or a custom box for them, you know. I'm trying to get these wands done before the 6th. And right now, the 18th wand's practically almost done. As soon as that leather's done gluing on the 18th wand, or did I say the 18th? I meant the 19th. Blech. Like the 19th wand, as soon as the handle's done gluing on that, trim the excess off, podge it, let it dry, you know. As soon as my scepter's done drying around the crystal and around the handle, finish wrapping the copper wire around the bottom of the crystal and trim the excess off the handle. And then put some more podge on the handle and after painting it if it needs it. Maybe put like a little bit more Gorilla Glue around the edge of the copper wire where it wraps around the crystal, just for safe measure. That's gonna be my new wand that I carry around town with me, god damn it. I ended up getting like 20 feet of copper wire for this wand of mine, which cost me $4.60. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. The same lady at Home Depot that helped me the last time I got copper for one of my scepters helped me again. So I was working on my wand while I was walking back to the bus stop and riding the bus back down to my side of town. I'm gonna hit up homeboy Scotty here in a bit But right now I want to make sure I'm at a good spot with my wands. I got a couple cigarettes I can give them and stuff. I haven't hung out with Scotty in a couple days, and last night earlier when I talked to him on Facebook Live, he seemed kind of bummed about something, so, you know, I'm going to try to get my scepter done as quickly as possible, and then go try to hang out with him. I may end up just leaving my scepter here to dry on various stages, and then grab one of my other wands and go hang out with him either way, instead of waiting for it to dry. Oh my god. YouTube and Facebook, if you could just see this scepter right now, this thing is freaking sexy, man. That garden shaman quartz smoky crystal that I got for it, the smokiness of the crystal has black, brown, and green swirled with like silver on the inside of it. It's cool looking, man. And the quartz is long enough that it protrudes quite nicely from the wand, and it's thick enough that it fits the hole very snugly. Although just to get wands sold, I may end up doing the next couple of batches with just basic handhelds, because the wood form is a lot easier to find, and it's also easier to make. If you're just tuning into Facebook Live, I'm carving out the 20th wand for batch number 4. I was going to sell this scepter on Etsy, but I changed my mind. The bonding experience I had with this wand. As a wand maker, I understand these certain things. And when it took 3 to 4 tries to get the quartz crystal hole to drill out and cut just right, and then I ended up cutting myself the second time making it, and not getting blood all over the carpet or all over the scepter, you know, it was calling to me. And this thing is freaking pimping sick, dude. Maybe if I'm hanging out with friends or hanging out at a bar, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Plus these handheld wands are so much easier to ship. And this stick was already pretty dry when I cut it out to make a wand. Which is good, because it'll make it, sometimes the drier the wood, the easier it is to sand and cut and carve. But if the wood's still pretty moist, then you'd use like a bark knife or some snippers. Of course, I don't have a cell phone, so I'll try to get a hold of Scotty via Facebook. I was going to check on my cell phone today, but I totally spaced it. I'll have to do it on the 5th. See what the progress is on that. Were the folks at the crystal shop impressed with the scepter? Well, I would think so, yes. They were asking me about the last one. They're like, so was the last one a gift or what? And I was like, nope, the last one I had was for Etsy. This one's for me. And by the time I got the quartz crystal picked out for it, it looks way fucking cool. and the shopkeep behind the counter thought the one I picked out was a cool choice. You know, they had a nice selection in there, and it took me a little bit to find one that fit, because I went through several different courses going, that one looks cool, hell yeah, that would look nice on it, one after another, and none of them would fit. So walking around the shop with the different shelves that they had, and I found a quartz crystal that not only looks good on the scepter, but it fits it perfectly. It looks and fits the scepter perfectly. Like, the energy coming off this thing is intense, dude. That first layer of glue, when it dries to a point where it's a little bit sticky, but it ain't gonna come off on my hands, then that's when I'll wrap the little string of copper wire around it. The chime box is going off. And right after I got the scepter onto the vice clamp, and before I started wrapping the handle and carving out this wand, I went and did dishes. That way my sink's not so full. I mean, doing laundry and doing dishes, these are very basic adult things. So kids might hate doing laundry or doing dishes, but here's the thing. You're going to have to do them when you get your own place. Unless you buy plastic forks and plastic plates. But that's so wasteful for the land. I get it. You know, chores suck. But here's the thing, Facebook. You want to make chores funner? Listen to music. You think I'm kidding. I'm being serious. Crank some tunes while you're doing your chores. Put on your favorite headphones or whatever, you know, and sing along to your favorite songs while you're doing chores. I guarantee you, it'll make chores a lot funner. Sometimes when I'm doing chores, I'll watch YouTube videos, listen to music, you know what I'm saying? Have something on in the background, you know what I'm saying? So it'll make chores less mundane and boring. And I'm getting sawdust all over my pants, but I'm all right with that. I'm definitely at a good spot with my wands for this next batch. How quickly are these 20 wands going to sell? I do not know. But I'll end up posting them late at night. That way, when the next day hits, or I'll post them when I can. And I got a bunch of wands dried on my table. Also, if you follow me on Facebook, then you may have found out that my family just adopted another family dog. We now have 3 dogs, Obi, Lily, and Sadie. Now, my half-sister, Tiana, younger half-sister at that, one of her friends had to get rid of her dog, and my family ended up adopting her. She's a Great Dane, German Shepherd, Vizsla, Labrador mix. So you want to talk about a big-ass dog. I kind of had my doubts when I first heard about it. I was like, okay. But if Obi and Lily are adjusting to the new family member, then all right. If I go to see my family dogs, be sure to pet Obie and Lily a bunch of times so they don't feel like they're being neglected or left out. Because dogs are just like children. You know, if they see or sense one dog's getting more attention than the other, they get super jealous, bro. I'm just saying. And they named her Sadie Doo, which is kind of like a female version of Scooby-Doo, I guess. But there you go. And my parents are going to see my grandparents for the 4th of July. And they're bringing the dogs with them. So I might go with my family, or I might stay here in town and hang out with friends. I'll see what's going down. I mean, I want to relax and hang out with I do want to relax and hang out with family and or friends on the 4th of July. But at the same time, you know, I've become so dedicated to my wand business that I'll stay up super late into the night making wands just so they get done quicker. I mean, if I lose sleep making these wands, so be it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping out about that. I can get more sleep when the wands are done. You know what I'm saying? I have trichoteria, which is basically trichotilia mania. And it's a hair picking disorder. People who have trichoteria pull out their hair. And that's why I wear the bandana on my head so I don't pick out my hair. And making wands gives me something to do. It distracts my hands, you know. And keeping that scepter is going to be a huge reminder to always put my stick in the vice clamp before drilling or cutting holes into it. Because I could have severely fucked up my Aussie knuckles. I could have severely fucked up my left hand. I was lucky that all I did was break one little skin layer right below. And it healed up quite nicely too. Look at that. Yeah. I want to get my Aussie knuckles touched up before the concert. I'll go to Black Sunday and have them retouch the black ink. That sure look good. Maybe if it's not too much, have them add the green to it too. And I'll go when I have a couple of days off and stuff. That way, you know. Black Sunday did the Cobra on my left arm, and they did such a good job on it that I want to go back to them again. People are constantly going, dude, that is a sick Cobra tattoo on your left arm. Where'd you get that? Black Sunday, here in town. Nice. Their shop's very clean. They're very professional. And, oh yeah, these artists know what the fuck they're doing. In fact, the guy I got my Cobra tattoo from, he specializes in doing Cobras, and he'd been doing all these chick tattoos for so long that he was like, dude, thank you. I've been needing a break from doing frozen tattoos and butterfly tattoos and this and that. And I'm like, I hear you, bro. You know, when you're a tattoo artist and you have a paying customer, you're not going to always be able to do things you like doing. And you got somebody who likes doing Cobras, it's like, okay, that's the perfect person for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was so happy to do my Cobra tattoo, he let me slide with a $100 gift card. So I got a good deal. And he's like, dude, and then after I scheduled my appointment, I come back in for my appointment, and he's like, a couple of fans of yours came in from Canada. They're like, oh, we're going to the same place King Cobra goes to get his ink. That's fucking sick, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a bunch of assholes prank call the tattoo shop while I was getting my ink, and it's just stupid shit, you know, but it's whatever. When you get to a certain level of fame, you have to realize that you're going to get fucked with. Right now, like I said, I'm sharpening this wand. The handle and everything else is perfectly smooth. Do you take care of the dogs when your family goes on vacation? Well, I can if my schedule permits it, yes. Or will, if that makes any sense. Now, the only reason I have my doubts about Sadie is because you can't replace Chance. He was a one-of-a-kind dog. But they're not trying to replace Chance. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I had to give my dad shit because I can remember when my dad's like, we're not getting another dog. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. So when I found out that my parents adopted another dog, I'm like, what happened to you weren't gonna get another dog? My dad was like, shush. But yeah, this would be the Independence Day Wandapalooza sale. Because Independence Day is tomorrow, I have a American flag themed wand going into the batch. The wand itself is red, white, and blue, and it looks sick as fuck. Man, look at them storm clouds gather. Holy shit, Daniel. Like, damn, Daniel. Oh yeah, this scepter is fucking legit, man. Now here's the thing of it, Facebook. If you got a female that's just a friend, and she offers to, you know, you have to ask yourself, you know, you don't want it affecting the friendship. It's not an easy decision to make, but sometimes it has to be made. Especially if you haven't had sex in 7 months, you don't want to get attached. And on top of that, you don't want to end up hurting the other person or the other person hurting you and end up fucking up a good friendship. You know what I'm saying? And for the simple fact of the matter is, you learn to just enjoy the company, you know? It doesn't have to be about sex all the fucking time. It's just nice having female company to talk to, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said in the last couple of Facebook Live videos, a lot of guys have the wrong attitude when it comes to women. Oh, I got friend zoned again, fuck this shit. Wrong attitude to have, bucko. I'm going to tell you right now that if you want to get a girlfriend, get yourself a couple of chick friends first. You got to walk before you can run, slick. And here's the thing of it. the age-old stereotype, all guys want is sex. You hear women complain about it constantly. All guys want is sex. If you're getting pissed off because you're getting friend-zoned, you're just playing into that goddamn stereotype, and yeah. Yeah, Facebook, think about that for a second. I'm gonna play some music while I carve this wand. Because Facebook is like not too picky about the copyright infringement. Be singing while I carve wands.
We are Fremont.
Your mom's Fremont Motors. Okay, first two songs, Shine Down, Simple Man, followed by Hammerfall, The Fallen One. Video will play after the ad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, you've entered the pussy wedding zone. King Cobra gonna show off his sexy rock star ability.
Well, Mama told me when I was young, said sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Ah, yeah, it will. Oh, take your time. Don't live too fast. Troubles will come, and they will pass. You'll find a warm arm, and you'll find love. And don't forget that there is a someone up above. And be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Every be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son? If you can. If you can.
How about Leonard Skinner's version of the original anthem that Shine Down, or Hammerfall cover?
Get your lust from the rich man's gold. All that you need now is in your soul. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want from you, my son, is to be won't you do this for me, son? If you can.
Damn, Facebook, get it!
Oh, don't you worry, you'll find yourself. Follow your heart and nothing else. You can do this, oh baby, if you try. All I want from you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? So baby, be a simple man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can?
Let's see.
I saw your face in the morning sun. Oh, I thought you were there. I heard your voice as the wind passed me by, silently whispering my name. So many things that I wanted to say, forever left untold. I still remember the tears that you shed over someone else. Our love could never die. All I can do is cry. Save a little prayer for the fallen one.
Let's see, what should we have to go in Skinnered one? Do that Skid Row song again, and then go from there. Maybe sing another Hammerfall song after that Skid Row song. Yeah.
There is a light out of memory lane, slowly fading away. Still holding on to the dreams on the heart. I will follow my heart. Our love could never die. All I can do is cry. Save a little prayer for the fallen one. Still on my own, chasing the sun. Shaking my heart, tearing apart everything that I long for. Still on my own, chasing the sun. Shaking my heart, tearing apart everything that I long for. saw your face in the morning sun. Oh, I thought you were there. I heard your voice as the wind passed me by, whispering my name. Our love could never die. All I can do is cry. Save a little prayer for the fallen wild. Ooh, yeah.
Give me thunder. I just wrapped the copper wire around my quartz crystal. That glue's dry enough that okay, I want to set this wand down for a second so I can add some more glue to the wand right here. Let's see. Here's the excess. And now it starts to rain. Yes! Alright, I trimmed the excess on the leather on my scepter. Oh, I got the smell of rain creeping into my apartment. I love it. Fuck suicide, man. That's one thing I definitely miss for sure is the smell of rain. It's just a wonderful smell. One of those things to live for, you know? Okay, I'll pour some more of that glue. Around that side there. There we go. There's more than enough glue to finish the handle on my last wand. I took a bunch of that glue and I literally piled it right on top here. Oh, that glue is just going to drip down the side. And do. There we go. There we go, Facebook. I got the perfect amount of glue right around the crystal. There's a bunch of gobs of it spread all around. There's a little bit of excess on the handle right here for this one. This one just needs to be podged. The handle on it, it should be dry. Oh yeah, dry enough, or it's sticky, but it's not coming off. There we go. Let's see. That's a good song, but not the one I'm looking for right now. There we go.
He was a young boy, he had a heart of stone. Lived as you find his hands came from the ancient sound. For the life of Swiss made so no one could take him down. No, he had no money, no get it home. He walked the streets of Soldier, and he walked the world of knowing. 18 like you got it, 18 and life in love. Your crime is time, 18 and life to go. 18 and life you got it, 18 and life in love. Your crime is time, and it's 18 and life to go. His face burned gasoline. He kept his motor running, but it never kept it clean. They say he lacked infection, Ricky's a wild one. He fell in trouble, had a caution with the bang bang, shoot him up, the body never ends. You can't think of dying when the problem's your best friend. 18 and life will happen. Be open and be safe. Be fighting six out to the wind. That's how the child. You got it. 18 and life, you know. Don't cry this time. It's 18 and life to go. 18 and life, you got it. 18 and life, you know. Don't cry this time. It's 18 and life to go.
Ooh, Cradle of Filth, Achingly Beautiful. Awesome song. I don't quite know the words to it. I'll do Simple Man by Leonard Skinner after this.
Never thought I'd feel again. Feel the darkness fade and see the morning sun arise. Never thought I'd feel alive again. Senses dull and blunt from all the lies. Now when I hold your face so close to mine, I see a place where the sun will shine. With you it is divine. Looking down into those eyes, I know I'll be lost and never found again. Kiss me once and I will surely melt and die. Kiss me twice and I will never leave your side. Dreams come true. Do I dare to trust this time? Ooh, the bells of fortune, will I ever hear them chime? Only those who have been burned before truly know the meaning of your flame. Oh, I was the brooding night and you were dawn, saving me, for I was forlorn. In your night I am reborn. Looking down into those eyes, I know I'll be lost and never find again. Oh, kiss me once and I will surely melt and die. Kiss me twice and I will never leave your side. Dreams come true.
I don't give a fuck if you're male or female. You fucking hit me, you better hope to fucking God I don't kick your ass. Spent my whole life being fucked with and picked on. I'm not gonna put up with it much longer.
And when the walls are breaking down on us, when all will see this misery. Will you still believe in me? Looking down into those eyes, I know I'll be lost and never found again. Oh, kiss me once and I will surely melt and die. Kiss me twice and I will never leave your side. Never side of return, always by your side.
I don't give a fuck, Facebook. Why should I hold, seriously, why should I hold women to a different standard when it comes to self-defense? That's sexist. You want to fucking hit me like a man, you best get your ass kicked like a man, trust and believe. Like, it ain't right to hit women, but I'm just saying. I don't give a fuck what sex you are. Cut me one time, your ass is grass. I get bullied and picked on and teased for having autism my entire fucking life. So you want to fucking start shit with me? Hoo-hoo. I'm not the kind of person you want to start shit with. Let's pick on somebody who can conjure thunderstorms. That's real smart, isn't it? Dumbass motherfuckers. This point's just about done on the wand. In case nobody mentioned Facebook, double standards are a bitch. There you go, that piece of sandpaper's used up. I may not have to use a trash can to paint this if I use paint cans. And just, yeah. Let's do the handle first. I'm going to use the trash can, though, to spray paint it, to drip it the excess off into. But it's like I said, YouTube and Facebook. If you got chicks that are being snobby or stuck up towards you, those aren't the chicks you pay attention to. You pay attention to the chicks who check you out. Right now I'm in an excellent spot with my wands, Facebook. Almost done with the last one for the batch. Now I got the excess shaken off right there, just like that. So you can place it on my workbench so that way it can properly dry. There we go. Good, good, good. I need that Mod Podge to be opened up. Now I poured some podge on there under the handle of my scepter, and right now I'm working the podge in by hand rather than use like a paintbrush. Looks like I'm not going to have to repaint that section of the handle right there, which is good. I'm really just working that podge into the handle of my scepter. I want to work a bunch of Mod Podge into my scepter's handle and then spread it out all over. right now I'm taking all this podge that I just put down on the handle, and I'm working it all up the scepter up to about that point right there, because all that glue that I put on the near the crystal a bit earlier. And while I'm working the podge into the handle, I'm going to push down it onto this crystal. So that it's nice and straight. God damn it. Because right now it's kind of let's see. I'll have to sit here for a minute until it dries a bit better. Not considering that. Come on. Get in there, you bastard. I'm gonna wrap this too soon. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, I wrapped it way too soon. There we go. This right here is the most delicate part of making this particular kind of wand. Fucking bastard. There we go. You rewrap it. Just like that. There we go. There we go. Now it's nice and straight up. It's not tilted or crooked. If I hold it straight up. Okay. Good, good, good. I like the way that wrapped. I like the way that wrapped at the end very nicely. Might have wrapped it too soon or had to rewrap it, but that's all right. That's all right. Get the fuck back on there, you piece of shit. Oh, no, it's tilted. Oh, come on. Quit getting in there crooked, you fucking piece of shit. No, I don't like it when I struggle with this kind of fucking thing. You have been fighting me since day one, you little bastard fuck. Yeah, get in there, you little shit. Okay. Because the slope on this hole goes down at an angle like that, so it's going to be. There we go. Moisturizing fuck. My hands are all sticky. The motherfucker doesn't want to. Oh, dude. This scepter has been fighting me since day fucking one, dude. I'm getting fucking mad here, man. This fucking piece of shit. looks pretty center. I tried to get that. There we go. Got it right. Got it right there. I'm going to sit here and wait and hold it for a bit. I got the crystal in there. It looks good. I mean, it's going to tilt a little bit just because of the way the hole's angled, unfortunately. God damn it. Shit. Let's sit here and push this bastard in there. I have to put super hard pressure on this. There we go. It's sticky enough that it's holding down. I do apologize for that, Facebook. I got kind of upset there, you know, like a little bit of a spurg moment where I was just like, you know, oh, it's my scepter and I want it to look good, you know, that's totally understandable. There we go. Working the podge into that handle. There we go. There we go. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Can I come in?
Yeah, give me a second.
All right.
There we go. Here we go, Facebook. Here we go. Stupid ass bitch. Oh, you fucking cock sucking. Now the handle's giving me shit. I'll tell you what, Facebook, this scepter of mine has been fighting me the whole goddamn way. And it's frustrating, but it ain't gonna beat me. I had to repaint the fucking handle after it's done polishing and then polish it again, so be it, but I didn't see any color come off on the handle when I first pinched it to this section right here. There we go. Now I want to wash my hands and light a cigarette and end this here video, Facebook, because I'll save that Leonard Skinner cover for another video. But all of my frustrations about considering I've been really finicky about this scepter of mine, wanting it to look good by my standards, and which is understandable, but considering all the hard work I put into it, the final product isn't looking too shabby. I'm gonna wash my hands some more, man. There's still shit stuff on there. Man, the amount of scrubbing it's taking to get all this shit off. Like all that goddamn dry glue and dried Mod Podge. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, like it's all over my fucking hands, dude. Ugh. All right, Facebook. Well, I got my hands washed up. Let me just dry them real quick. Damn it. I didn't get all of it off my fingers, but I got a good majority of it. All right, tubes, Facebook. Oh, okay, there we go. Let me get my screen turned back on. So if I didn't see any of your comments until now. I got about 98% of it off. There's still like 2% here and there. But I ain't worried about all that just yet. All right. Well, will I be taking the scepter to the Aussie show? The answer is no, because not a whole lot, Mike. Not a whole lot. But yeah, making a scepter for myself, and it's not looking too bad. I mean, it's at an angle. Yeah, it's straight up there. All right, cool. When I'm making a scepter, I like to make sure that the quartz crystal is sticking straight up. You know what I'm saying? And they're all crooked and shit. I'm very particular about that sort of thing. Anyways, son of a bitch, man. I got this shit all over my fucking ring. Hold on a second. What the fuck is this part? Now this towel's going in the dirty hamper anyway. Alright, so, well, there you have it, folks. Catch you on the next one.